Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please do subscribe and share your feedback. Thank you. Today I'm going to talk to you about our trip to Kanha Tiger Reserve, which is in Madhya Pradesh in central India. You can reach Kanha either from Nagpur or from Raipur. The park is really well connected. Of course, Raipur is the closest. We reached Kanha from Pench. We had some wonderful sightings in Pench. Do watch my video on Pench for more. The road from Pench was initially good. We then took a right turn, and from there on, it was a single road all the way to Kanha. We passed through some villages and small towns. Road trips are always a pleasure in India. After a 4-hour journey from Pench, we reached Baihar. It's the closest town to Mukki Gate. First, let me tell you about Kanha Tiger Reserve. There are 3 core zones, Mukki, Kisli and Kanha. You could stay either closer to Mukki Gate or Kisli Gate. We've always been staying at Mukki Gate. After 4.5 hours of journey, we reached Lemon Tree Wildlife Resorts. It's a wonderful place to stay. This is where jeeps line up to enter Mukki Gate. It was a very cold winter morning. You can see people wrapped up in thick jackets and blankets. These blankets are provided by the resorts. Even to reach Kanha or the Kisli zone, you take the same route. You travel about an hour or so to reach either of these zones. Our first 3 safaris was in the Mukki Gate. The forest greets you with tall sal trees. Some of them are over 100 feet tall. You drive a little inside, and beautiful open spaces with swamps greet you. A little inside, you get to the bamboo forest. Kanha has 3 forests in it. All this makes it a must place to visit. And of course, not to mention all the tiger sightings that you get. Our first 3 drives was in the Mukki Gate. Unfortunately, we were just not lucky to sight any tigers. There were a lot of pug marks around, but no tigers at all. And we were really getting worried. Mukki Gate, 3 safaris, and no tiger sightings. Our 4th safari was to Kanha zone. It was a morning safari. After about an hour's drive, we saw a couple of jeeps parked on the road. We drove closer, and finally we got to sight a couple of wild dogs. Our first predator sighting of the trip. We finally reached Kanha zone. The valley was a sight to behold. The golden light was just too perfect. All of a sudden, all the jeeps were rushing towards Bison Rock. We too got there, and finally we got to see our first tiger. He was sitting in the open, but away from us. However, we could still see him. The tiger was on to our right, and just in front of him were this bunch of cheetal, the prey and the predator together. Within no time, the king started to roar. Yes, you heard that right. He started to roar. Wow! It's an out-of-the-world experience to hear him roar. We just sat there with him while he kept roaring. To our utter surprise, all of a sudden, we heard another tiger roar from behind us. Could she be his mate responding to his calls? Wow, what a morning it has been so far. A fantastic experience. Only question, can I get to see this tiger up close? After some time, the forest department drove him away. And guess what? He walked straight towards us. But I must say, I was a little disappointed. I still haven't managed to get a good picture of his face yet. It's always been the side angles. With that, he crossed over and decided to walk into the bushes. I, for one, was very disheartened. Our guide said, let's wait here for some time. Maybe he'll reappear. And so he did. And from then on, what a show he put on for us. Just have a look at this. And when the king puts on a show, the world watches. Now then, let's watch this up close. This is going to be one rare tiger sighting. Now then, how many times would one see a tiger up close hugging a tree? A very, very rare sighting indeed. This tiger has displayed three different ways of territory marking. While scratching the tree is one, scent marking is another, and the third way is scratching the ground. Here is a fantastic example of all the three ways. And when the king walks, all the prey go frenzy, and there are alarm calls everywhere. And finally, after everything, the king decides it's time to move on, and he just vanishes into the bushes. What a fantastic morning it has been so far. And here are some pictures of the morning sighting. The evening safari was in Mukki zone, and it started with a bang. That was the alarm call of a barking deer. Surely there was a predator around. We drove a little up ahead and we saw some fresh pug marks of a tiger. And our guide said, "Sir, the tiger might come out." And sure enough, he did come out. Here are some pictures of the tiger. The next morning, we were back in the Kanha zone, wondering what's in store for the morning. And the action began. The two tigers that were roaring yesterday at the same spot had gotten together. We saw both of them together. During our last safari, we had a very unique experience. On the tracks, we saw tiger pug marks. At the same time, we also saw pug marks of a sloth bear, having walked on two different sides. Very, very different indeed. Of course, what we were more interested was in the tiger pug marks. So saying, we went behind this particular tiger. Within no time, we saw this tiger our last safari of the trip. And what a way to end the trip. Here he goes.
ये मीट है डीजे पीले ना चलिए पीछे से